So you can't absolutely say this is the best thing and to cut this out or do that. Do what works for you, man.
Well, that's exactly it. It's sort of the same thing we were talking about before. You and I, I mean, the testing and the steps that we've undertaken for our own health and wellness, is towards the apex. I mean, we're on Everest with this, and not everybody can get there. And I'm not saying that everybody has to be there, but for me, and what I tell almost everybody that I come across, it's like you will find out so much through your blood. And the tests are not that expensive. Yeah, it's a little bit of an inconvenience, but they're not that expensive. And get that knowledge. And then you can decide.
And make sure you go to somebody that can actually order the right panels and what to look for. And to be preventative, like, prostate cancer runs in my family. I get it checked all the time to make sure.
Right.
And like I even had my 7-year-old daughter who's adopted, so we don't have the privilege of having like the genealogy and stuff like that.
Right.
And so we have to know. So I had her tested recently, and it was, she hates needles. It was traumatic, but like I had someone detailed read all those panels to see, because we don't know some genetic markers. And thank God everything's fantastic, and there's some little things that she can do that should be a game changer for her. But why not do that with children?
There's nothing. I mean, it's ignorance is it's not bliss anymore. I mean, it's dangerous, and it's like I know the genetic markers that I have, and I know the congenital defect that I had in my heart that created all these issues that I didn't think I had. So now I've got this insight. And
especially a collegiate soccer player.
Yes.
You never think I would have known, right?
Not only that, but a technical, I mean, dude, in my 20s, I probably logged between 5,000 and 10,000 scuba dives, and many of those were long decompression dives. Like, there's a lot of things that should have happened to me because of the condition that I had that didn't happen. And it didn't catch up with me until I was 44. And I was still in great shape when I was 44. But it's like finding that, now I know. So like when my kids get to an age where they can be tested for not only the genetic issues, but possibly congenital issues. Thankfully, the congenital issue is not hereditary, just bad luck. It has nothing to do with anything my parents did wrong or anything my parents had, but it's a condition that I now know exists. So yeah, my kids will get tested for that. They'll get tested for the genetic abnormalities. Hopefully, everything that's there can either be treated. You can be proactive with it, and if it's not, I shouldn't say maybe cured, but if it can't be cured, it can be managed through medication. And this is sort of the way medicine, I think, should be proceeding forward, because if you're waiting for the chronic disease to catch up with you and then you're treating it, all you're really doing is living with chronic disease. Maybe we should try to prevent it.
Yeah, and that's, a lot of our friends now, we have gotten on the plane to take them to the Boone Heart Clinic and Dr. Pressmack. So if you guys are listening, we give a shout out to like who's transformed our lives, and thank you. So some of the things, advice for our viewers, listeners, etc. Just some practical things you could be doing tomorrow, right? So I'll say I'm a big into hydration. Everybody knows I drink. I have a bourbon talk show. I still do it in moderation. Like I know what my limit is, even though we sometimes do 4 episodes a day, and it's a lot. I prepare myself and make sure that we can do that. I'm a big believer in being outside. I think there's a happiness thing to it. I live by the beach. I try to get into the water as much as I can. It's very therapeutic and calming for me. Every time I go, I was like, this is the best thing I could be doing.
And it's 15 degrees warmer down here than it is.
Oh, dude, it's been warm. Well, for the Pacific, it's been warm here, but it's been nice. But I think and also preventive medicine, I'm actually, on a regimen of medication. It's not a crazy ton, but I've noticed a substantial change in mood, appearance, happiness.